Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video with On Point Politics. And today we're going to be looking at my state polling averages and why they're going to be the most accurate polling averages of this cycle. Make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this. And so right now, according to my polling averages, Donald Trump is getting 330 electoral college votes to Harris's 208 electoral college votes. And essentially, they are a part of the model that I have, which I use to predict the election. So I do not have 330 as the result, but they are a factor in my model, and I want them to be as accurate as possible. And so to backtest this, what I did is I essentially did every single state except Maine and New Hampshire. I am currently very tired, so I have not done them yet. But we see that I've gone back to every single state, and what I've done is I've essentially plugged in all of the polling data into the averages from October 2nd to November 2nd of 2020 for all of the states that I have done. Those include the states of Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. When I do that, Donald Trump is gaining in every single state and is absolutely killing it across the board. I mean, in 2020, this is what the polling map looks like. It is basically almost perfect. Some of the states are spot on. Nevada is to the right of where it's supposed to be. That's because a lot of the polling data in Nevada tends to oversample Republicans, but I was still managed to able to make it a blue state on the map. Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin are all lean blue. Minnesota, New Mexico, Virginia, all likely blue states. Accurate representation. North Carolina actually came out perfectly to Trump plus 1.3. Florida, Trump plus 2.7, and Texas plus 5.8. So a lot of the polling averages, I weighed them to the 2020 aggregate, inputted all the data. And so if I would have gotten all of the electorates correct, this would have been the result I would have gotten from the battleground polling that you see. And Donald Trump would have lost the election, and I would have been able to predict every single state correctly with my polling average. Some of the deep blue states don't really have a lot of polling in them either, and they're still able to get them somewhat accurate. I mean, the only one here that's like abysmally off is New Mexico and Virginia. New Mexico overestimates Biden by almost 5, I think, and Virginia underestimates him by 5. So some of them are a little bit wonky, but the other ones, which include Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, are basically almost dead on. I mean, you have, for example, Nevada 0.7. I mean, Biden won it by 2.4. That's less than 2 points off. Arizona, Biden plus 2.6. He won it by 0.3, 2.3 percentage point miss. Texas plus 5.8 for Trump. I mean, that was pretty accurate. Trump won by 5.6. Essentially, a slight overestimation of Donald Trump. Virginia, Biden plus 5.6. He ended up winning it by 10.1. So again, that one's a little bit iffy. North Carolina, Trump plus 1.3. Again, perfect margin right there. Georgia, Biden plus 1.3. You would have had 0.24. Florida plus Trump 2.7. You would have had Trump plus 3.4. Minnesota, Biden plus 8.1. You would have had Minnesota plus 7.1 as the final result. Wisconsin, Biden plus 2.5. You would have ended up winning by 0.6. So a 1.4 percentage point miss to the left. Looking at Michigan, 3.6 for Biden. 2.8 for Biden was the real result. And Pennsylvania plus 1.2 for Biden. And here it comes out of Biden plus 2.1. So all the states except Virginia and New Mexico, due to the lack of polling, because there aren't a lot of viable polls to plug into the average that have the party ID crosstabs available, every single state essentially is correct. And I think that's fairly fascinating. And now, using the same methodology in the same states, including, New Hampshire as well as Maine, they do go lean Republican. Well, at least Maine goes blue and New Hampshire goes red. But what's quite interesting is that if I were to get the 2020 polling averages and apply a marginal error, to find the margin of error for all of those pollsters, if I apply those to my current 2024 election map polling averages, this is the map I get. I get Donald Trump with 322 electoral college votes to Harris's 216. Virginia would go likely Democrat. Minnesota would be very competitive. New Mexico would go red. Nevada would be surprisingly close. And Michigan would be kind of in the lean column, as well as New Hampshire. So it's pretty fascinating to see this kind of unfold, where Donald Trump is winning pretty handedly in my polling data right now. And the polling data back then in 2020, if you would have plugged it in, would have been basically spot on, and I would have been able to predict the Electoral College with 100% accuracy. And so I wanted to make this quick video so you guys could see that there is some validity to what I'm actually doing right now when it comes to this polling data stuff. You know, looking at the difference of the maps, we can see here Joe Biden, 306, Trump 230, 330 essentially, and he's performing a lot better. This average for the national level, I had Biden plus 5.3, which kind of would have made sense. And looking here, Donald Trump right now is winning the popular vote by 2.3% right now in the polling average. So you look at the difference between the national environments, and you see quite a bit of a shift to the right as of right now. And so if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to follow me on X, as well as go to onpointpolitics.com if you want to stay updated with the model forecast, as well as the national average here when we readjust everything for the party ID. And when we look at, a bet online, we do have sporting odds or betting odds for, the presidential election. We also have them for the margins of the different states, or whether or not each state's going to go or not. We also have Biden. This is kind of interesting. Biden's approval rating during a certain time, presidential debate odds. We also have TV debates, debate winner Mark Cuban, Elon Musk. That's interesting. That would be kind of cool. I wonder if that's gonna happen. Looking at some of these margins for the Senate races as well. Those are also incorporated too. So again, very, very interesting stuff as of right now. So make sure to go ahead and hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.